We will see the types of series. Types of statistical series we will discuss. So you have already seen what are the types, like individual series is there, discrete series is there, and continuous series is there. Today we will do some problems also. Very simple, like how to change the series into the actual standard format. Very simple questions we will do. So what is individual series? Individual series are series in which the items are listed individually. The items are listed individually. I have shown you an example that roll numbers are written or the serials numbers are written and the mark secured by each student is written. That's a case of what? Individual series. That means each it's a series where the items are presented individually. Each single item is presented individually. Such a series is known as individual series. The next is discrete series. So we have normally three types of series. The next is discrete series. Discrete series are series in which exact measurement of items are given. It's a series in which exact measurement of items are given. That means when items are arranged in groups, here not individually. Here the items are arranged in a group showing a definite break. Items are arranged in a group showing a definite break. That means 20 marks. It must be there are number of two students. There are more than one student who has got 20 marks. So it will be given like 20 marks, 2 students. 25 marks, 3 students. So just like that, it will be given in groups, not individually. So about discrete series, first of all, you have to understand that it is given in a group with a distinct break. What do you mean by a distinct break? With 20 marks, 5 students. With 30 marks, 2 students. So just like that, group with a definite break is given. Such a series is known as discrete series. And what is continuous series? Continuous series is also given in group. Continuous series that is also given in group, but definite break is not there. In the case of discrete series, there is some definite break. But in the case of continuous series, the definite break is not there. It will be a class like 20 to 25 or 25 to 30 like that. So that is the three kinds of series that you have to see. Okay, so what is individual series? A series in which items are listed individually. That is the explanation. A series in which items are listed individually. So what is discrete series? A series in which exact measurement of items are given. Exact measurement of items are given. And it is arranged in groups. Is arranged in groups. And definite breaks are given. Definite breaks. So it has only 3 points. That is, it is arranged in group. Exact measurement of items are given. And it shows a definite break. It shows a definite break. That is discrete series. What is continuous series? Here also the items are arranged in group, but they are not exactly measurable. Not exactly measurable. So what is the difference between, you just see what's the difference between discrete series and continuous series from where you have written. You have written discrete series is given in group. Continuous series also given in group. But discrete series, which exact measurement of item is given. But in continuous series, the exact measurement of item is not given. That you, I mean, in the example you have seen that in the case of discrete series, what is the example? 20 marks, 30 students. 25 marks, 20 students. 30 marks, 50 students. 15 students, like that. But in the case of continuous series, it will be like 20 to 25 marks, 10 students. 25 to 30 marks, 15 students. 30 to 35 marks, 10 students. So just like that, exact measurement is not given in the continuous series. That's the only difference. In the case of discrete series, exact measurement is given, but in the case of continuous series, exact measurement is not given. You will understand it more clearly when you do the problem and when you see the examples. And another thing you can see this kind of series is exclusive series and inclusive series. Please write those two terms: exclusive series and inclusive series. Okay, let me present my screen. You keep on writing. What is exclusive series? You have already seen exclusive series where the upper limit of the previous class and the lower limit of the next class is the same. That is an exclusive series. Exclusive series is a class where class intervals are so fixed. Class intervals are so fixed that the upper limit of one class, is the lower limit of the next class or the other class. The upper limit of one class is the lower limit of the next class. That is, can you see my board?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, see this series, what I'm writing on the board. 10 to 15, 15 to 20, and 20 to 25, 25 to 30. This is an example of what series? Exclusive series. If you can write it as an example. Exclusive series. Exclusive series. So what is exclusive series? The class intervals are arranged in such a way that the upper limit of one class is the same, is same with the lower limit of the other class. That means upper limit of the previous class is same as the lower limit of the next class. So this way, if it is arranged, this particular series is known as exclusive series. Then we will move to another series, type of series, that is inclusive series. Inclusive series. Tushar, am I audible to you? Tushar? Am I audible to you? I'm not audible? See the type of inclusive class. Purvi, can you read the class? What I have written on the board?
Yes, ma'am. Then 10 to 13, then 15 to 19,
Yeah.
then 20 to 24.
Yeah, that means what is the class interval? Okay, I didn't explain class interval. That we'll do afterwards. Here in this series, how it is different from the previous series? In the previous, that is in the exclusive series, the lower limit of this class and the upper limit of this class and this is called the upper limit. This is the upper limit and this is the lower limit. So in this case, this upper limit is equal to the lower limit of the next class. But in this case, you see, this lower limit is not, this upper limit is not same as this lower limit. So this type of class is known as inclusive series. So this upper limit is not equal to the lower limit of the next class. Such a series is known as inclusive series. So you can write in inclusive series, the upper limit of one class is not equal to the lower limit of the other class. Okay, so this is the theoretical explanation of exclusive series and inclusive series. Here you have to understand, if you get an item 15, I am writing an item 15. So item 15 under exclusive method, this item 15 will come in this particular series 15 to 20. So in the case of exclusive series, if you have an item 15, that 15 will come in this series, that in the second series, that is 15 to 20, and not in 10 to 15. That means here 15 means 15 is excluded. It is included in this series. This upper limit is excluded. That's why the name exclusive series. I hope you understood. So an item 15 will take a place in this particular series, that is 15 to 20, and not in the previous series, that is 10 to 15, because in case of exclusive series, the upper limit, this particular number is excluded. So that is why when you get an item 15, that will be recorded under this particular class. So take another example. Okay, the same here. Inclusive series. In the case of inclusive series, take an example of 14. Example 14. It will be included here itself, because this inclusive series says that this upper limit is also included in the class. Upper limit is also included in the class, that is 10 to 14. That is why it is known as inclusive series. So an item 14 will be shown here in this class itself, because it cannot be shown here, because it starts from only 15. And 15 for sure you will show here. If the item is 15, it will come here. And 14 till 14, it will come here. That means it is included. So 10 to 14 means it includes both 10 and 14. It includes both. But in this case, 10 to 15, it includes 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It does not include the number 15. It is included in the next class. That is why again 15 to 20. If only in one place you can write 15, because here also 15, here also 15. Where you will include it? In the class 15 to 20. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is actually you have to know about exclusive series and the inclusive series. And now something I told, like class interval. What is the class interval in the first place? First place, the difference between this upper limit and lower limit. The difference between the upper limit and the lower limit is called the class interval. So in this case it is 5, and this case it is 4. So what is class interval? You can write class interval is the difference between the upper limit and the lower limit. So these are some terms you should know while doing the problem. What is exclusive series? What is inclusive series? How can you make an inclusive series into exclusive series? Because we do the problem by after converting into exclusive series normally. So what is the class interval? What is class interval?
Difference between upper limit and lower limit.
Okay, very good. See, it is like I expect the others also will to give the answer. Only few students are always giving the answer. The others are only the passive listeners. So the class limit, class interval means the difference between the upper limit and the lower limit. Another term I said is mid value. Mid value. What is mid value? So I hope you have written what is inclusive series and exclusive series. Yes or no?
Yes.
Did
Yes,
you write
ma'am.
it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you write the example also?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can make your own example, but this way you will make it. And what is class interval also you have written. Now let me see what else you have to do. Okay, now you have to know what is mid value. What is mid value? Mid value means a value which come in the mid. See, this class is 10 to 15. What will be the mid value? Yeah, give me the answer. What will be the mid value? Mid value means the value which will come at the middle. In this case, what will be the mid value?
7.5.
Sorry?
Ma'am,
Tell louder.
7.5.
And 12.5.
12.5.
12.5.
The middle value in this case is 12.5. How do you get that? 15 plus 10 upon 2. 15 plus 10 divided by 2. That is the mid value. 15 plus 10, 25. 25 divided by 2, that is 12.5. That is the mid value or midpoint. And this in this case, 20 plus 15 by 2. What is that? 35 by 2. What is the number? 17.5. Am I right? Yeah. So likewise, it will go. Mid values will go like this with a difference of 5 for sure. Because your class has a class interval of 5. So if you start with 12.5, next will be 5 more, next will be 5 more. Likewise, with 5 difference, it will go. So this is 10 plus 15 by 2, that is 12.5. Here 20 plus 15 by 2, that is 17.5. And here 22.5, here 27.5. Likewise will go. So that value is known as the midpoint or mid value. So how can you find out the midpoint? Midpoint is lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So right, midpoint is,
Divided by 2.
yeah, right, midpoint is the value. Midpoint is the value lying between the lower and upper limit. Actually lying halfway. Lying halfway means ekdam center mein, halfway between the lower and upper class limit. That is, midpoint is equal to lower limit plus upper limit by 2. Lower limit plus upper limit upon 2. I think you have seen almost all the term you need. Like you know what is a individual series, what is a discrete series, what is a continuous series, and then you have seen what is exclusive series, then inclusive series. Then you also have seen what is a class interval. What is a class interval? What is class interval, Priyanshu? What is class interval?
Ma'am,
Yeah,
the difference between upper limit and lower limit.
exactly. Very good. So that is class interval. Okay. What is midpoint? Somebody else? What is midpoint?
Ma'am,
Upper limit plus lower limit upon 2.
Yeah, that means the value which is lying in the middle of the class. That means lower limit plus upper limit upon 2. That is the midpoint. And what is a class? This 10 to 20, 15 is a class. 15 to 20 is a class. Okay, so the class means the decided magnitude, the group of the, it is decided group of magnitude. How much the magnitude is the first one, 10 to 15. To what extent? Magnitude here means to what extent? 10 to 15. The first class here it is 10 to 15. So the decided group has what magnitude? 10 to 15. Next is 15 to 20. That's a class. And one more term you have to see, frequency. What is frequency? Frequency means the number of observation corresponding to a particular class. So we'll take another thing. Okay, you write. What is frequency? The number of observations. Frequency is the number of observation corresponding to a particular class. What is number of observation? If I am writing here, marks here in one column, I am writing the marks, and here I am writing the number of students. This, if I write it 5 here, this means this 20 marks is secured by 5 students. That is the number of students here. That means how many times this particular item has repeated. You are studying the whole data and making a tabulation form of it. You are classifying the data. When you classify it, you classify like this: 20 marks, it is equipped by 5 students. And then next 25 marks, it is equipped by 2 students. 85 marks, it is equipped by 1 student. Like that. The number of frequencies means how many times it repeats. So this particular thing is known as frequency. This, how many items the observation, how many times the observation repeats. So what is frequency? The number of observations corresponding to a particular class. Why particular class? It can be in the case of discrete series and continuous series. In both cases, you have frequencies. Discrete series also has frequency and continuous series also has frequency. In both cases, you have frequencies. So if it is like 10 to 15, 10 to 15 is written here. In that case, 5 students got a mark between 10 to 15. And if it is 15 to 20, again a number here representing how many items, how many times it has been repeated. So this particular observation, that means the number of observation corresponding to a particular class. The number of observation corresponding to a particular class is called frequency. So that's the concept of frequency. So now that's all with the terms like, so you have seen individual series, discrete series, continuous series. What is a class? What is a class interval? What's a midpoint? What is frequency? Okay. Now we will see how to make a frequency distribution. Give me 1 minute. Let me choose a question from the book. Okay. Now you have to study how to make a frequency distribution. Write the question. Construct a frequency series. Construct a discrete frequency series. What discrete frequency series means? You have to put it in group but with exact number, not like a 20 to 25. Not in a class form. Okay. So the question, construct a discrete frequency series with the help of the following data. Discrete frequency series with the help of the following data. Write the items 5, 6, 5, 7, 9, 8, 7, 4, 8, 4. Don't miss any item. 6, 5, 7, 5, 9, 7, 8, 5, 6, 5. So this is the question. Here, what you have to do, you have to make a discrete frequency series. You have to make a frequency series. Once again, you check the item 565, 798, 748, 4, 657, 597. This is 9, not 4. This is 9. 5, 9, 7, 8, 5, 6, 5. So these are the items. Now what you will do in order to make it a distribution? First of all, okay, you always do it in an ascending order. That is the, way we first arrange in a descending order. That means you find the items. What is the lowest item in this series? What is the lowest item? Sorry?
4.
4.
5.
4.
Five,
Okay.
4, 4.
So you build the table. First of all, you write marks. So this I didn't say. What was given in the order? It is marks. So before writing the question, before writing all these item, you write marks here. The marks were given. Marks. So write the marks. You have to form a discrete series. That means each individual item you have to represent. You are asked to represent and give it in a discrete series. So in this case, you are not supposed to make it like 4 to 6, 6 to 8 like that. You have to arrange every individual item like 4 you have to, then after that 5, okay, every item you have to. So first of all, you see how many times this 4 has been repeated. 1, 2. Is it 2?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So that means what? Frequency. What do you mean by frequency? The number of observation. So you have written marks 4 here. So this is the number of observation. How many times it has repeated? 2. So what is the frequency of marks 4? It is 2. Now see what is mark 5? 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6. Actually, now, okay, I will write tally mark first. Actually, it is done by putting tally mark, not by writing 2. So if it is 2, how will you do this? You will make a tally mark here. Okay, normally it is done like this. You will put 2 tally marks. It's not 11, it is 2 tally marks. And you will write the item here too. It is the way. This is the way. Here you can write not F. Here you write F. And here you write tally mark. In this case, you write, in this column, you write tally marks. This is what? Tally marks. Sorry. Okay, tally marks. T-A-L-L-Y, tally marks. So 5 has repeated how many times? 6 times. So actually, now 5th time we proceed. See, if it is 6 times, how will you do it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 5th one you will do like this. 5th and then 6th. This is the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So normally we cut it with 5. Cross it with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the next group start with only 1 in the next group. So put it as this. So how will you count it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the frequency of the second class is 6. And below that, take now the next item 6. Next mark is 6. 6, I'm doing it here, okay? 6, because I'm doing it here. 6. How many times 6 has repeated? 1. Okay. When you get 1, the first you count now, put it in the tally mark. Then 1, 2. Put it in the tally mark. 2. Then 3. Tally mark. Is it 3? Then you write it 3. Then 7. Count 7. 1 here, okay, put the tally mark. 2 here, put the tally mark. 3 here, put the tally mark. 4 here, yeah. That means 7 has repeated 4 times. That means the frequency is 4. Okay, now what is the item? 8. See 8, how many times it has?
3,
8. 3. Okay, so the frequency is 3. 9.
2,
Okay. So it's over. It's only from 5 to 9. So your frequency distribution is over. Okay. So I will show it to you. So it should be written like, you should draw it nicely. Okay. You know, it is not very easy to draw here on the computer. Needs practice. Still, I am trying. So you will make it very neatly in your notebook. So here, the columns, my lines are going slanting. So you have 3 columns. Have 3 columns. And here you write what the first one you write your marks. Second column you write tally marks. Third column you write frequency. So what were the observation? What were the marks for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? And here the tally marks were 2. And here it was, I think, 6. 4, 5, 6. And here, see, it is clubbed. Okay, this is 5, 7. So, my, are you able to read it? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and all? I have clubbed it.
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, then 3. Here it is 3. 6 is 3. 7 is 4. 7 is 4. 8 is 3. 9 is 2. Then here you write a number. It's 2, 6, this is 3, this is 4, this is 3, and this is 2. Make one more column at the bottom. Here also you make one more column. And then here you write what is the total frequency? 20. So the total observation you got, when you count it, it should be equal to 20. Then your answer is correct. So I have given you a question here. Where is it? Yeah. So if you count all these items, it should be equal to 20. Then you can see that's a cross check. So if there are 20 items and you get a frequency of 20, that's a cross. I mean, you can ensure that the answer is correct. Okay. So this is your frequency distribution. And here it should have, like in accountancy and statistics, wherever you should have a heading for this. What is the heading? Write discrete frequency series. Discrete frequency series in ascending order. No need to write ascending order. It is being clear. Discrete frequency series. Discrete frequency series. That's the heading. Okay, this way you will make the discrete series, frequency distributions, the type of question which comes. Then, sometimes the question will come like, okay, you write another next question. Next question. This is a homework. The science of statistics. The science of statistics is a most useful servant. Is a most useful servant. Servant, but only of great value, only of great value to those who understand its proper use. Great, where each and every word is important. Don't miss any word. I said, but only of great value to those who understand its purpose, understand its proper use. Understands its proper use. And the question is, construct a discrete frequency distribution. Construct a discrete frequency distribution with the help of the above stanza. With the help of the above stanza. So what is the